What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are all having a great weekend, a good start to your Friday, or a great Saturday if you are watching this before the Saturday games. This is the Pre-Scout, and I am live on Wager Talk TV and on X every single weeknight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yes, this is how I know hockey is back, and this is how I know we are ready to grind all winter long because, well, it's a Friday night. It's 10 p.m. Eastern. And we're breaking down hockey, and we're ready to rock and roll here. We got some picks, some games, more thoughts than others. But for those of you guys that tuned in last year to this show, you know, we're going to have some picks we really like. Some games we're going to have just a couple props on, and some we might just hit a pass or a quick little lean on. But we're ready to rock and roll. This is the Every Game on the Board edition of the Pre-Scout. Sometimes I will have a guest on here with me, but sometimes it will just be me to break things down and go over things. So super excited, guys, about this. And we won't waste too much time getting into this. I want to let everybody in the live comments as well get some thoughts in. So anybody tuning in live on YouTube or X, feel free to let me know any games you want me to touch on more than others. But guys, first and foremost, I know a lot of you feel the same way as me. And a lot of you guys that are watching on YouTube definitely feel the same way, because you're probably wondering, why don't we have hockey going right now? And you know what? Everybody always rips on the NHL and their marketing. What the hell is going on? The season starts Tuesday night, and we don't have one game on a Friday night. Look, I get it. Saturday is a night for hockey. Saturday is a big hockey day, and we've got games starting at 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, I believe, around 1 o'clock Eastern time, Saturday. And they're going all day long, and it's amazing, and it's awesome, and we got games. But we want games every day. You know, give us a couple games. We'd appreciate that. What's up, Terry? Saw you had a good start to your season, man. Keep it going. Massive slate. What's up, Willow? Everybody in here, appreciate you guys, whether you're on Twitter or X, whether you're on YouTube or wherever you're watching from. Always do appreciate you guys being with me. Before I get started, I will say so far, number one, this regular season at Wager Talk. Haven't gotten the chance to talk to you guys since I lost the 5% pick on Thursday. So I want to be fully transparent with the results, though. It was a 2-2 Thursday. We had Tampa team total over 3.5. That hit late in the game, even though they had 3 goals in the first period. So that was nice. We had Montreal money line plus 114, but we did have first period and full game over in the Rangers game. And even though it finished with 4 goals, I mean, that game had no goals really until the end. A ton of chances, ton of shots, but that was really about it. All right, guys, let's get into a couple games. Then I do have a promo that I want to mention here. I want to make sure I actually have that. There we go. Just getting this up here now. But we got a ton of games here, guys. And again, it's just hilarious. It's just absolute comedy. The fact that we get no games on a Friday night, and then we just have a million games on Saturday. But that's just how she goes. That's just how it is. I know some of you guys are liking the fact that I'm bringing odds logic up, and some of you guys maybe aren't. So you guys let me know if you like it or not. I'm happy to hear from you guys, from what you think. But here we go. Odds logic. We got the odds screen going. We've got LA. We've got Winnipeg. Minus 125, courtesy of Pinnacle. Circa right now showing closer to minus 130. Bet online minus 125. Total at 5.5 across the board. Guys, when I look at this one here, LA has played 2 games so far. Both games have kind of been track meets. You know, their game against the Avalanche, they gave up a ton of goals. They gave up a ton of goals. And now when I look at this matchup here, I kind of just, I think that this is going to be a game where LA is going to run into just a better defensive team. That's kind of how I feel. Like when I look at this team, this is a spot here where LA went against Colorado, and it was Colorado was like, anything you can do, I can do better, right? And Colorado was the better team in that one. Then they go to Vegas, and, you know, hats off to them for what they were able to pull off. That was a really fun and entertaining game. but I don't think that play style works well for them against the Winnipeg Jets. And I'll tell you what, the Winnipeg Jets will not be in a good mood after what happened in their matchup and in their meeting against the Dallas Stars. Dallas looked good. And although it was a full, complete 60 minutes out of the Winnipeg Jets, and they gave it all they had, they fought until the end. Guys, I think this is going to be maybe more of a lower scoring game, but I do lean towards the Winnipeg side, but this is going to be the best defensive team I think that LA has faced so far. And, geez, what a tough start for them. I mean, you're talking about playing Colorado, playing Vegas, and then playing Winnipeg. That's tough. Those are 3 tough ones. But the play I kind of came to in this game here, guys, was the team total under 2.5 for the LA Kings. Whenever I like Winnipeg, typically I just look towards playing their opponent under their team total, because that's when Winnipeg's at their best. We saw their game against Dallas. I think we all know that they're not a team that is built for track meets. They're not a team that's built for first to 5 goals wins. That's kind of how I feel here. What's up, Hal? Carmine, number 1 fan. Love laying bets on Saturday's slate. I feel like the Stars come out to play and cash some tickets. Yes, sir. Everybody loves playing on Saturday. It's a big day for hockey players. It's a big day for the NHL. The only thing is, I wish we had some games on a Friday night, but I guess it gives us an opportunity to get ready, to get prepared, to get ready to get go. Willow says, I like the over in Stars and Avalanche game. Hard to argue that one, especially with the Avalanche coming off a lower scoring game. Although it was good for them, it was a low scoring game, and that offense can't be contained back-to-back times. So great value on Habs props tomorrow versus Chicago. Bull, Duke, and Kapanen. Geez, yeah, Terry, I wouldn't blame you to keep going back to them. I did say on the pre-scout, I think like on the second episode, that second, third line, this is going to be the most deep roster the Habs have. As far as like Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slav all had a point in that win over Detroit, but it felt like they haven't done much. Suzuki hasn't really done much offensively. He's been good defensively, but it doesn't matter because they're still winning games. They got 2 goals from defensemen. They got Kapanen with a goal, and Balduke, of course, getting on the board. So it's great to see. I thought Colorado was going to go team total over versus Utah, and yeah, well, they can't do it every game, so maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see if they do it this time. St. Louis and Calgary. All right, looking at this one here. This one, guys, it didn't work out betting this type of system in the game with the New York Rangers and the Buffalo Sabres. I'm not saying that I just absolutely flat bet this and it's very consistent, but there are certain angles I'll look for. And I'll tell you what, St. Louis got thumped. They got thumped in their matchup here. And I'm just going to say that when you look at this number, minus 120 now for the road team, we know what Calgary's capable of. And I'll tell you, I still worry about Calgary's defensive abilities, but their offense will surprise some people. We saw it against Edmonton. We've seen it. We saw what happened against Vancouver. This, to me, is first period over 1.5, guys. I think we start the day off with one game being a bit more low scoring and one game being a bit more high scoring. And I think the game that's a bit more high scoring is the second one. And I'll tell you what, guys, I talked about the fact that I really think that Calgary relied heavily on their defensive players bailing out their offense, not back checking, but their goaltending. I mean, when you've got one of your goalies last year potentially winning the Calder Trophy or being talked about in Rookie of the Year discussions, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I got to know here. Terry, I know that's not automatic. We should be looking at this every single time. I get it with the whole first period thing, but I got to know, Terry, Ice X, what do you guys think? I mean, first period over to me, I think you're going to get it desperate. Not only did St. Louis get shut out, they got absolutely embarrassed. Just not good for them. So I'll look towards that. The next one up in rotation order, we've got Philadelphia and we have Carolina. Okay, guys, Philadelphia, similar story can really be said for them as well. When you look at kind of really what they went through their last game, anybody that said the Tocchet was going to bring a defensive style was accurate, but I think it also kind of faltered their offense. I think it kind of hurt their offensive ability. So in this particular game that they have now against Carolina, I'm going to tell you what, guys, I think this year's version of the Carolina Hurricanes has more offense than what we've seen in years past. I don't think this year's Carolina Hurricanes team is going to be a team that just sits back, relaxes, and takes it easy. I think this is going to be a team that's going to go gas, keeping the pedal to the metal and that type of team. So if that happens, I feel like it's going to frustrate a team like Philadelphia. So looking at this price, it's minus 255. Like, they're decent sized favorites, but sometimes you got to be a schedule watcher. You got to look at the schedule. And I feel for Philly. I feel for Philadelphia. But this is a tough one for them here. Pinnacle holding a 6 when most spots besides South Point 6, everywhere else 5.5. So maybe we could see something there. But I'll tell you what, guys, I'm most likely going to be looking at Carolina at minus a half goal first period, team total over, or something like that. Like, there's certain situations where you want to look at a team to bounce back and a team to get going. I just don't see this being one of those situations. So we'll see what happens. I think Philadelphia is going to be pressing offensively, though. They're not going to be happy about it before. Terry says, yeah, St. Louis also has owned Calgary, so I won't be surprised to even come out strong. Yeah, hopefully we get some goals early on. Like, look, I don't just automatically play that first period over angle, but when a team just gets brutally embarrassed like that, I kind of have to look at it here. So we'll see what happens. For all of you guys watching and you're new to this new show, because I know I did the Every Game on the Board show last year, but now the Every Game on the Board show is going to be just used on my pre-scout episodes, 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. So most of the time I'll be here live. If we got plans, if we have something we're doing, it will be pre-recorded, but it will still be getting played at 10 p.m. So yeah, if you're new to this show, we got interviews. We've got people coming on, handicappers, different media people. Got a couple of team reporters coming on in the next few weeks, and we're just chopping it up. So you guys can hop into live chat always, and we definitely want to chat with people. So, well, definitely not the spot for Philly, just like yesterday. Yeah, exactly. It would be very hard for me to make a case for Philadelphia, but hey, who the hell knows? Maybe we'll see them put together a good effort. All right. The next one in rotation order, of course, number 7, 8, Jersey and Tampa Bay here. All right, guys, this is the thing. And I looked at this, and I'm going to pull up the updated odds because I had it a second ago, but it's moving a little bit. This is the thing, is that when I look at this Tampa Bay Lightning team, I like their offense still, but again, I know it sounds crazy with a team like Vasilevsky. I worry a bit about their defense and their goaltending a little bit. Just the way this team plays. Their power play is unbelievable. Kucherov is so nasty on the power play. Gensel, so good on the power play. Braden Point, those guys are unbelievable. So when I kind of look up and down this roster, I see a lot of playmakers and a lot of guys that are going to put the puck in the net. When I look at the New Jersey Devils, this is a team that I honestly don't trust defensively at all. When I look at the team total over here for Tampa Bay, it's the same kind of spot that I liked with them and their team total over against the Ottawa Senators. It really is, guys. It's really the same thing. I had plus 103, I think, over 3.5 goals against the Ottawa Senators. This one, DraftKings is showing plus 105. I think FanDuel usually has better prices as well. So I'm going to look towards Tampa Bay to get back on it. And the funny thing is for us is that I did cash a bet already this year on Tampa, but Tampa's going to be pissed. Tampa's not going to be happy. I mean, here I am happy that they got a last-second goal for me to hit the team total, but they lost the game. And as we all know, they don't care about our bets. They care about winning. So running back the plus 105 team total with the Tampa Bay Lightning, that definitely seems intriguing to me, something that I could be interested in. And everybody has that price range that they like for looking at certain things. Well, that's kind of the price range that I like for team totals. I don't mind that whatsoever. In fact, I really like that number. So I'm completely happy with that. And we'll keep things going in rotation order. Looking at the next one, the Washington Capitals, New York Islanders. I'll tell you guys, I've kind of been a hater of the New York Islanders for a while, but they fell victim to a Pittsburgh Penguins team that doesn't know they're bad yet. I keep on using that expression, but they just don't know they're bad yet, and they're going to keep rolling. There was one game where Pittsburgh won this season so far where it was kind of like the secondary guys that stepped up and played well. The next game that they won, it was like Yevgeny Malkin, it was Sidney Crosby, it was the big name guys that got the job done. So when I look at this team here and I look at the Washington Capitals, one thing I like with this one here, and again here, guys, number is minus 114, 115, 5.5 being the total. The one thing about this Washington team is that I really like their defensive play. And, they're not really a team that's going to blow you away with their highlights and their bounce back ability. But this is a team that knows how to play defensive hockey. And the good news is, besides using that one sample size of that game earlier that they played against Pittsburgh, guys, I don't think New York has much of an offense either. So that's the reason why I like this spot here for the Washington Capitals. I'm going to back the road team. I like them, and I think they're going to get the job done. Capitals scored 1 goal. They haven't played since Wednesday. A lot of teams have already played 2 games already. And, they scored just 1 goal against the Boston Bruins, and they got a couple days to dwell on it, couple days to get back on track, and I feel like they will. So, Willow, you're with me on this one. Capitals money line. Yeah, I think that's the way to go here. Weird how these West home team start times tomorrow. Winnipeg and Calgary games on before 4 p.m. Yeah, I have no clue why they set that up. I'm not really sure. I guess maybe this could be just like a guess. Maybe everybody has to take their turn. Not really sure. What's up, Kevin? Avalanche money line for tomorrow. Yeah, Avalanche money line. Looking for some goals in that game. I wouldn't be shocked to see some goals. Props as well. That's a good props game. Rantanen. It's always good when Rantanen, when players play their former teams. It's always good. Oh, Ice X, come on now. Come on. Don't like to see that. Don't like to see that. Hey, Wolf, this is a hockey show, brother. This is not a football show. So you're commenting, but we didn't pick any football picks today. Actually, I'm on CFL, but all right, guys. The promo code for this show, as last year I did a promo code for every single show I did for every game on the board. This one's really good. NHL 49, 1 week of NHL for $49. You're saving, I think, like $30-some around that mark, maybe more with this one. NHL 49, 5% plays $35, one singular plays $25. I mean, I can't even. There's a lot of games I'm going to like tomorrow. A lot of props that I'm going to like tomorrow. There's games Sunday, Monday, big game, big card Tuesday. You're going to get 1 week of every single play that I make for $49. Guys, go to my profile page, wt.buzz/am. We're off to a good start. We had our worst day of the season so far on Thursday, and we went 2-2 and cashed 2 plus money picks. So it can't all be that bad. So NHL 49, 1 week of NHL for $49. I'm doing shows 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm grinding during the day. I'm researching the props. We're ready to go. I am as motivated as I've been this season for the NHL. I'm super locked in, super fired up. And I'm not going to lie, guys, like a lot of times I do take a break from hockey in the summers. I didn't really take much of a hockey break this year. I stayed dialed. My research was pretty consistent. So, yeah, super, super excited. Super excited. What's up? You picked Stars to win the other day, and they did. Well, thanks. I like hockey, and that's why I'm watching. Well, I appreciate it. I just want to let everybody know, hey, look, I didn't have any college football picks, so I saw what you were saying in the chat, and I was like, hey, I don't have any college football picks. So, yeah, just wanted to mention that. All right, got to keep things going here, guys, as my pace just has not been good enough. And I know it probably feels like I'm talking fast, but I'm already 19 minutes in, and there's a shit ton more games to get to. So once again, guys, NHL 49, I have 3 4% plays for tomorrow. 3 4% plays for tomorrow. So I'm absolutely pumped. But a lot of leans, a lot of things that I like, and we'll kind of go through it here. And again, if you're watching this afterwards and you're watching the recording, just know next week, Friday night, I'm going live, and then you guys can ask me questions and we can talk during the show, because I get the feeling, because we have no puck time on Saturday, a lot of you guys are going to be watching this overnight or in the morning. So I'm not really going to know which games you want me to touch on the most. Buffalo and Boston. All right, guys, here's the one. Here's the first kind of one that you guys might be scratching your head saying, what the hell is Andrew thinking here with this one? But I'm going to take the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to take the Buffalo Sabres on the money line. And here it is. You've got a Boston Bruins team that is 2-0 to start. 2-0. They beat the Washington Capitals. All right. Respect the win. Respect the win. Then they come out and they get the job done right after that once again. And when I look at this, I mean, what a goal it was by Fraser Minton, by the way. But you beat the Blackhawks 4-3. All right. You come out in your first game, you beat the Washington Capitals. I'm sorry, but I talked about it earlier, even though I like them. The Capitals don't have a real intimidating offense, okay? This Blackhawks team, well, they're not that consistent. They're still pretty young. The one thing the Buffalo Sabres are supposed to have is a decent offense. And I'm going to use the angle of their coach absolutely ripped them, destroyed them, talked smack about them. Same thing almost for Detroit. Maybe I'm getting them confused, but between both those Atlantic teams, both their coaches weren't very happy with them. We'll say that. So gonna take them. Gonna take a little small stab with the Buffalo Sabres, small shot with them against the Boston Bruins in the Garden to see if they can get the job done, because they did not look very good in their game against the Rangers. Although I will say this, guys, I think they had like 17 shots in the first period, or 13, 14 shots in the first period. So they had a lot of shots. They had over 30 shots. They just couldn't finish. So if they do that in this game, maybe they'll be able to score and maybe put a couple more goals up onto the board. Next one, New York Rangers, Pittsburgh Penguins. Look here, guys, this is how I feel. The Penguins are obviously overachieving, but when I've watched the Rangers so far, guys, their offense hasn't looked very good. But the problem is, at large picture, I don't like the Pittsburgh Penguins defense. This might be a spot where New York's able to build some confidence. Like, does New York deserve to be this favorite at minus 140? Probably not. But I kind of am tempted by the team total over for the New York Rangers against the Penguins on the road. I really am. Just off those two wins we've seen from Pittsburgh, I'm waiting for that defensive struggle, and I think this could be it against a Rangers team. They scored 4 goals the previous game. One of them was an empty net goal. One of them was with like the final 5 minutes. Like, it was pretty much 1-0 the whole entire game. I do think the Rangers find their offense tomorrow, so maybe a team total over bet for them, but we'll have to see. Not really official on that one. One of those types of things where the schedule actually works as your friend, and I think the schedule makers might have just helped them out. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's revenge, when you look at this spot too, the first win for Pittsburgh being a 3-0 shutout win over the New York Rangers. Everyone's going to be on that rapid revenge, and Willow, it does kind of bother me a little bit, but this is just an overachieving Pittsburgh team. At the end of the day, I mean, look, sometimes you almost want to be contrarian and say, hey, look, this team, they beat them already. Why can't they beat them again? But at the end of the day, it's more of the defense that I just worry about with the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's all it is. It's really the defense. So maybe New York finds their offense. And look, if I'm wrong, I got to reassess how I feel about this Rangers team. But for now, team total over might be a play. And you're going to get a good price on that as well. Over 3.5 goals for the New York Rangers. Montreal, Chicago, guys, very simple. First period over has easily hit in both of the Montreal Canadiens games so far. In this one, Chicago's a big first period over. Just ask Alex B. Smith. You guys all know Alex. You should know him. Great handicapper, great guy. He always talks about the Blackhawks and their first period over run. Third game in a row on the road. Third game in 4 nights for the Montreal Canadiens. Would not be shocked to see another first period over with the Blackhawks and the Montreal Canadiens, and the Montreal Canadiens looking to go 3 straight with their first period over. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. All right, guys, 1 second here. Quick little water break. Yeah, looking at some of these games, I mean, when I go across the board here, there's some teams that you want to back that have struggled already this season, and there's some teams that I'm like, yeah, they're struggling for a reason. I don't see them getting out of their rut. So we'll see. Ottawa and Florida. I talked about the fact that this Ottawa team was a team that I went against when it comes to their team total for the opponent, Tampa Bay Lightning, in their last matchup. Look, Tampa scored 3 goals early in the game but got very, very, very lucky to go over their team total. I'll be the first one to tell you, with a late goal that got called off. They reviewed it. They called it for a goal again. But here's the thing with the Ottawa Senators, guys. I'm going to tell you. And they're going to Florida. Obviously, they just played Tampa. But on the road is different for this Ottawa team, I find. And this is the thing. I really don't trust their decor. Like, everyone thinks they have a decent decor. They have an awesome forward group. They're deep down the middle. They've got snipers. They've got fast players. They've got a couple good vets as well. I just don't trust their defense, and Florida's coming off a game where they're not going to be happy with how they played offensively. Let's be real here. Their offense didn't look very good, right? They didn't bring their offense. So not only did they come out on top, they didn't find their offense. So Ottawa's 1-0 in the season, but I feel like at this price range, this is probably one of those ones where I do like another team total, or I do like Florida to get the job done and to go over their team total, at least here. All right, I've been talking a lot with you guys about team total overs and about overs. Well, here's an under I like, and that's Detroit and Toronto. Looking at this one here, Cam Talbot confirmed for the Red Wings, and Anthony Stolarz confirmed for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, when I talked about Buffalo's coach getting mad, well, he didn't sound happy either, but it was actually Detroit's coach that freaked out the most. Todd McClellan, I think, is the name. And I always know his first name, but I can't remember exactly what the last name is. But he was pissed. The lack of better words, he was absolutely pissed. Like, this guy was not happy with his team. And I think a lot of times when a coach isn't happy with the team, guys, you go for a defensive effort in the next game. That's what you go for. You go for the under. I like that. Liking Rodriguez, he keeps cashing 1+ point, gonna ride until he doesn't. I like that one quite a bit as well. This is going to be a spot where I think Toronto is going to be good, but they're going to be more deep and more defensive. Their forward group, curious to see if their bottom 6 will find the back of the net, like Nicholas Waugh and Dakota Joshua and those guys, if they can contribute offensively. But as for now, I certainly trust them defensively. So I do like that for the Leafs, but obviously such a talented team. The Red Wings, of course, they've got goal scorers. John Gibson, I didn't really like that goalie pickup because they waited too long to get him. Like, me and Carmine have been saying that teams should trade for him for the past 3 years, and they never did. So I think that people waited too long to trade for him, honestly. But Talbot versus Stolarz, I like the under in this one here, guys. I'm going to take the under 6 in this one. If you want to look towards a team total under, you can do that as well. But I do think this game stays under the total. Always risky with a Leafs game taking the under, but that's how I feel in that one. If you guys like the video and you like these Friday night videos and you like going live and you like the late night videos, hit the like button. It really does help me out. And one thing for the algorithm, you guys, the comments actually are more powerful than the likes. If you guys comment for me, it really helps me out actually a lot. If you can just comment, let me know who you're betting. Let me know who you're taking for Saturday's slate. Maybe give me a goal score. Really, really helps me out. It's huge for me. So as you guys know, I started this show. I want it to do well. And 1 week down, hopefully can keep growing it. Done really well live so far. Appreciate all you guys tuning in on X and tuning in on YouTube. But we got to keep this thing going. So really appreciate all of you guys. Utah and Nashville. All right. Let me know, guys in the chat. And Terry, I know you're there with me as well. What does everybody think about the Nashville Predators? What does everybody think about the Nashville Predators? Because this was a team that I certainly wasn't high on going into this year. And I'm going to be honest, when you look at the Nashville Predators, sure, they came off a win, but they beat the Columbus Blue Jackets. All right. This is the thing, though. They get to look at a Utah team that looked so flat offensively. Dylan Guenther scores a goal, and that was it. They played the Colorado Avalanche, but they're a sleeper comeback team. I get it. I mean, for how much they underachieved, for sure. But this is a thing for them. I thought it could be a good spot for the Preds when I was looking at the schedule. But then you look at the Utah Mammoth, we got to call them now. You play the Avalanche in your first game, you score one goal, you get completely shut down. I mean, I can't back them. I cannot back them. I think Utah is the play here. If you like the Preds in this one, I'll tell you what, you like the over. I'll repeat that. If you like the Predators in this game, you like the over. Because I can't see the Predators winning this game without there being goals scored. I can't see it. I can't see Utah scoring just one goal. There's a big difference from Utah only scoring one goal against Colorado versus only scoring one or two goals against the Predators. And let's be real here. The Predators gave up a ton of chances against Columbus. And, every player and a coach on Columbus was saying that we got goalied. Columbus does that, or Nashville does that to everybody. They goalie them. Whenever Nashville gets a win, it's because their goalie did really, 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 really well. So I think we're going to get a really motivated Utah team, and that's going to really screw over the Nashville Predators. So we'll see if I'm right on that one. Time will tell. Columbus and Minnesota, I'm not really sure on that one. Minnesota looked damn good, though, in their first game. Columbus, I think Minnesota, Terry, you can chime in if you want. I just think their offense is going to be real good. So we'll see what happens. Might look towards the first period over, just to kind of in that angle, looking at the fact that they didn't get shut out, but they barely produced because they ran into a really hot goalie. So maybe we see that game get off to an explosive start. But also, Terry, as you know, you're live here in the chat with me. Minnesota's a good defensive team. So maybe they're not really a first period over team, but I could see maybe Columbus first period money line or first period over. I could see Columbus being really, really desperate going in. Dallas and Colorado. Arturi Lehkonen prop in this one. I'll be going back to it. Cale Makar assist prop. If you guys aren't betting that, you're missing out. But I'm going to go back to it. Took a break from it in the last game for them. This is game 3 for Colorado. I think the power play point, once again, for Cale Makar and Devon Toews, you can use him as well when he gets out there. These guys are the quarterbacks of the power play. Cale Makar, it's plus 170, plus 180. Power play point, minus 200 for a regular point, minus like 155, now 50 for an assist for him. Power play point's a really good one. It's the Mikko Rantanen revenge game. We all know what happened in the playoffs last year with these teams. Maybe look towards some props there. For some of the shot props for some of the big name guys for Dallas. I believe third game in 4 nights for Colorado. Actually, no, wouldn't be the 3rd and 4, but busy week for them as far as their matchups are concerned. But yeah, mostly going to be props for me in this one. Colorado, that game they played was just really weird. Like against Utah, like they were creating chances. They just couldn't find the back of the net. Dallas, they looked good, man. They looked real good against Winnipeg. This is just a team I think it's going to look at teams that struggle to score. They're going to play well against, but teams that can kind of match their intensity, it's going to be a bit tougher for them. So I do lean towards Colorado. So if 2 of your plays win, I'll buy your weekend warrior pass from you all. I need to come back up after tonight. 2 free plays. All right. Well, the weekend warrior for me is CFL NHL. You're better off buying my NHL stuff. I'm going to be honest. You're going to get more volume from me in the NHL. That's just how it is. Weekend warrior, CFL, and NFL. I'm going to have NFL picks. Don't worry. But Wolf, I would say just buy a 3-day pass. So Perlo, That's good. I like that. Yeah, Avs and over 5.5. Perlo, any live bets, or sorry, any prop bets you like in that one? Willow says Blue Jackets have covered the puck in their last 14 road games against the Wild. Interesting. All right. Not bad, according to DraftKings. Interesting to look at. Vancouver and Edmonton. Looking at Vancouver and Edmonton. What did I like in this one? I mean, when you look at this Vancouver team, guys, this is a team that kind of has a bone to pick because nobody really believes in them, I don't think. Like, I don't think anybody really believes in this Vancouver team. I'm going to be honest with you. I was kind of one of those teams that thought they might take a step back and, hey, they're going to tank for McKenna. But then I saw what happened. I was watching the game live when Edmonton blew their lead against Calgary. It's a Saturday night for Edmonton. I'm going to tell you guys, well, I might go back on the exact same bet that I made the other night for Edmonton. -0.5 goal first period for them. That's what I might do. And looking at odds logic right now, looking at the current number, it's -165, 170 for this Edmonton team. You're going to get a very similar price, except for this time they're playing Vancouver. They're not playing Calgary. -0.5 goal first period. Vancouver going to be feeling good about themselves. Solid win, put up a ton of goals, blowout victory. Well, Edmonton, they're not going to be happy at all. But as we know, their goal setting can't be trusted. Their defense can't be trusted. But typically, especially at home, guys, I trust Edmonton through 20 minutes. Anaheim, San Jose. Is it just me, guys? Or does every single person in the world love Anaheim going into this year? I feel like they're going to be a negative unit team betting-wise just because everybody loves them. And the odds makers seem to love them too as well. That's just it. But here's the thing, and I'm going to throw this out there. For all of you guys out there that watched that game, Vegas against San Jose, because I only tuned in for the last few minutes. What the hell happened in that game? Like, you could have got an empty net goal for San Jose. Then they give up a goal. And then in overtime, the goalie goes out to play it. He mishaps it. And it's like just a tap in, pretty much, empty net goal for Riley Smith. I don't know what happened there, but here's the deal. When you lose a game you should have won, usually the next game doesn't go very well either, because that was the game you should have won. So for that reason, I think Anaheim is the team to back here. I liked what Anaheim was doing in their production, but I think that this is the type of team they're going to play well against. The seasoned veteran type of teams are going to be a team that Anaheim will struggle against. I think the teams that are a bit older are the teams Anaheim will struggle against. The other younger teams are the ones that they'll do well against. So we'll see. I do like them. So Avs, Canucks, Sabres is what I'll parlay. I definitely didn't say Canucks. Definitely didn't say Canucks there. Don't put me on record on that pick. I definitely did not say Canucks. Terry says Sharks are tanking for McKenna. Yeah, they should be. That'd be crazy, but they got to make some next moves. But yeah, I think Anaheim will do well against the other younger teams in the league. So Anaheim -122. I like that one. And Vegas and Seattle. I'll tell you what, guys. Vegas has not looked good defensively. Just ask Terry, though. Offensively, Eichel has looked good. Stone has looked good. Dorofeyev with a hat trick followed up by a goal on the next one. It's pretty sweet. So I think that when you look at this matchup here, this is a game where I want to look towards Seattle's team total. I think that we've seen really, really good efforts out of Vegas so far, but this is a game that they probably don't really care about that much. This is a game they probably don't really need that much compared to other games. I mean, showing up against LA, showing up against the big teams, but in this one, it's not going to be that big of a deal for them. And maybe it'll be kind of a letdown spot, but it will be a big deal for Seattle. So this could be a late night underdog bet for me on the Seattle Kraken, or a sprinkle on the team total for them as well. So we're looking towards that. All right, let's cash some tickets, guys. Let's have a great one here. And don't forget, NHL 49, 1 week of NHL for $49, WT.buzz/AM. All of you guys watching on YouTube, appreciate it. All of you guys watching on Twitter, appreciate it as well. JB just says, no offense. Oh, no offense. I was like, oh, what's going on here? No offense. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're completely right. So, yeah, this is a thing here. When you look at some of these teams, San Jose is going to be just relying way too heavily on their younger players. And if that's the case, I don't know. It's going to be inconsistent. And Anaheim, I think, is a younger team, but they're better. They're a step up. And don't get me wrong, Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini, they're great. But I think Anaheim will get that because they have a mixture more of veteran players and younger players. And I don't see that as much with San Jose. So, all right, Willow, appreciate it. Need these every Friday. Well, I want to do these live every Friday. You guys can guarantee you're going to get something from me every Friday. Sometimes I'm going to have more props. Sometimes I'm going to have more of the first period overs, going to have more of the puck lines, team totals, unders, things to say. But when I look at this is a type of day that I want to talk about the teams overachieving and underachieving. And if we should back the teams that need a win, if we should fade the teams that need a win. The Capitals are a team that I think bounce back. The Buffalo Sabres are kind of an interesting one to look at there. And even though it's early, sometimes you can look at trends, like the first period over in that Montreal game against the Blackhawks. They're also a first period over team. They went over in the first period in their matchup against the Boston Bruins. So, guys, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being with me here. It is currently 11:45 local time for me. We're gonna wind down and take it easy and get ready for a huge slate tomorrow. Also, get ready for some early morning golf because golf season's almost over and got to get a couple more rounds in. So, really appreciate you guys. Perlo says, "Wild rag, my best bet." Shout out to Perlo. Need a best bet lean. Willow, you're gonna put me on the spot for a best bet lean here, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to go right back to it. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning team total over. It did well for me the other day, and I kind of got lucky near the end. I trust their offense. Might not love their defense as much. They're playing at home. This is a New Jersey team that I think won't be able to match the depth of the Tampa Bay Lightning line for line. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning over 3.5 team total plus 105 as the play for the stream. Thanks for watching, guys. I have no pick for the golf. I'm talking about playing golf. Actually, who's your pick for the golf? Nothing there. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for the show. That's a wrap. This is way too long. And obviously, as you guys can tell, I have some picks I like more than others. Thanks so much, guys. Please hit the like button on the way out if you're watching on YouTube and comment who your best bet is because, as I mentioned, it does help with the algorithm. Once again, if you want every single bet that I make in the NHL for the full next week for just $49, I'm only giving out this promo code on this show. It's NHL49, NHL49. Easy promo code, 1 week at wt.buzz/am. See you guys later. Take care.